Hey all, this is 012Boku and
Star Lover 76.
yes, you do love that Sarlacc. Love that Sarlacc long time.
I'd make a fishbone soup, Sarlacc.
Indeed. But we are back coming at you with another episode review of Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, episode 13, The Beasts of Dublin.
Kind of sounds like it's almost like a Sherlock Holmes novel going after some mysterious hellhounds in Ireland or something.
Indeed, well, Dublin, yeah, I guess you could say that.
Potatoes searching for potatoes.
Maybe. Would be interesting though if that would happen, yeah. But anyhow, this episode continues hot off the heels of the Elric brothers visiting their teacher. There's like a quick talk about where she's saying, well, you committed the ultimate taboo. Izumi Curtis, once again, see her voiced by Shoko Suda and Chrissy Doughton, telling Edward Elric and Alphonse Elric, Romy Paku, Vic Mignogna, Rie Kugamiya, and Maxie Whitehead, that, you committed the ultimate taboo. I have nothing to teach you. You're expelled. No longer my students. Get out.
Well, it's kind of funny how they get there because, the last time she saw them, they both had their bodies. And then they get there and her husband's like patting Alphonse on the head. It's like, oh, you've gotten so tall. Nobody's head patted me since I still had a body. And of course, they went there actually, well, not just to train, but to ask her, what do you know about the Philosopher's Stones? Like me, I have no interest in that. Oh, but there was that one guy who stopped in here not so long ago. What was his name? Hohenheim. It's like, him. And of course, that's their dad.
Yeah. You're also explaining what we explained in the last episode.
Oh, my bad.
It's all right. I was about to say, remember, we already talked about that in the last episode because we're in the aftermath.
Yeah, we just punished ourselves by watching something horrendously bad.
Yeah, his mind is probably not 100%. He's probably trying to forget what we watched, which I'll just drop here really quick. If you guys like the Book of Boba Fett so far, bless you. We have not. We saw, maybe people would say we're looking too far into it, but I'll say it wasn't subtle when they got to that point. It's there. There's political implications. I'm not going to say what because I'm not going to drag it in. If we do a review, we will talk about it. Oh, we will talk about it.
Sarlacc loves you, but it does not love Boba.
Indeed. So yeah, Jarek there is still sadly recuperating. But, so they leave. They're actually at the train station getting ready to go. All of a sudden, Sid Curtis, Seiji Sasaki, and Bob Carter basically tells the Elric brothers, now that you're not her students, you could still go back and take the next step. You don't have to leave just because she said you had to go. So, like Sid was basically saying, it was like a test for the Elric brothers, which they do take to heart, and they run right back. They get there, and the first thing Edward has is a knife thrown at his head, and crazy, creepy, demonic Izumi Curtis yelling at them. And, they're scared, of course, and she's telling them to basically beat it. I think it was a little bit different in Japanese, because I think Romy Paku is the only one who said it, because I didn't hear Rie Kugamiya say that they wanted to stay or that they were staying, but maybe I was wrong on that. Maybe they did both say it, but I didn't hear it. But in the English version, if it was just Romy Paku, it was both Vic Mignogna and Maxie Whitehead who said, we're staying, with emphasis, and I liked that a lot, that both of them said, no, you may hate us, but we're staying, because we need to find the Philosopher's Stone.
Well, if I remember, she did say it, but she said it in the typical Japanese, I'm going to say it without saying it manner,
Alphonse?
No, Izumi. Well, actually, all of them kind of did. I mean, Sig, her husband Sig also did. He was like, now that you're not her students, you don't have to be so formal anymore, which was his way of saying.
Japanese said formal. Yeah, you don't have to be formal with her.
Yeah, which was basically his way of saying, if you're not students anymore, you don't have to follow her commands. You're no longer her apprentices.
Yeah.
So if you want, you can go back and ask her a question.
Mm-hmm. And what they do is they set up, the whole thing about how, they want to know the truth. Izumi Curtis gives in, and or not gives in, she accepts, I should say, because it wasn't really given. She accepts the Elric brothers and their journey to wanting to find out the truth, and it basically leads them to talk about it, to talk about not only themselves but how Alphonse saw more of the truth because he can't remember and get his memories back. Because he doesn't remember what happened before or afterwards. He just
Not to
remembers
mention
that.
he lost his whole body. So
Yeah, oh yeah, the whole body. Yeah, and like they say it must have been traumatizing, which in many ways I agree with that, but it's weird because it's like they're saying, oh, him seeing the truth is what caused him to not remember and also lose his body. It's like, no, God took his body as fucking payment, I think, for doing the taboo. Edward was the fucking lucky one because a good what if you could always do with this, and this is for all you fan fiction writers out there, or if they ever do revive Full Metal Alchemist, I'll just say you're on a side tangent, have Edward's body be the one that's taken completely, and have Alphonse be Edward. That I think would have some interesting effects.
yeah. Plus, I think it's kind of implied that his memories were taken by God. Well, his memories of seeing the truth were taken by God because of the taboo. Because he remembers his mother, he remembers growing up with his brother and all that, but he doesn't remember that specific event, even though Edward and Izumi do. So it's kind of very, very subtly implied that that he saw so much of the truth that his memories were just of that event were just basically taken.
Yep, sorry, we can't let you see because it's actually part of the plot. Ah. Which in a way it is. I think a lot of that too has to do with the plot, which again gives you that stupid soft ending that I don't like, which is hurting. but anyhow, we'll get to that when we get there too, because I did not like how the show ended really. At least when it came to the truth. But anyway, they're actually working there. They said they would work and help Izumi, so they're sweeping. And I forgot to say before they were sweeping, while they were discussing about how Alphonse may know the entire truth, one of Greed's men, or what we know of Greed, I don't think his name is on here. He's the lizard guy. He overheard it and he thinks that they know how to transmute things and and bond souls to things. So the lizard guy reports back. All of a sudden, Alphonse is sweeping. A paper hits his head, and he picks it up and he goes all the way to this place called the Devil's Nest, to where we have let's see, Martel, Takako Honda, Tiffany Grant, Dolcetto, Henri Katsu, John Bergmeyer, Roa, Toru Inada, John Gramillion, and I think those are the main guys. All there trying to gather around Alphonse and say, "Hey, yeah, we know how to help you, but you have to help us in return. Come with us." And then it plays off in this banter of like, "Oh, I'm not supposed to go with strangers. How old are you? 14? Well, you can make up your mind yourself. You're right. I can't make up my mind. And you know what? Bam. I decided to fight you and not go with you." So great stuff. But eventually, sadly, they trick Alphonse and they sadly, take him down, get inside of him, control the inside of his armor with was Martel, who is part snake, who did that, and they take him down and capture him.
A woman who's part snake. Nah, there's no religious symbolism there, is there?
Oh, indeed. Hello, Eve.
Would you like to have a bite of this delicious apple? Don't worry. I assure you it's perfectly okay.
And
FDA approved.
And I don't know if that came before it or whatnot, but I think at this point in the middle of the story, we went back to also as well Scar, who is working out with Stone Weights, where the kid comes in, chastises him for not taking time to let his injuries heal. Scar, who's voiced by Kenta Miyake, J. Michael Tatum, sort of just shrugs this off. All of a sudden, his teacher and or master, whoever you want to call him, comes in, and it is voiced by Yuzuru Fujimoto or Grant James. And in a nice little scene, I like how the teacher knows what he's been up to, taking alchemists' lives for vengeance. And he says, we too were upset. Alchemists, burned our village to the ground, slaughtered many of our people. So we get you. We understand. The pain is also ripe within us. But the thing is, if you go down this road of vengeance, you'll just keep hurting yourself and you'll just keep wanting more and more. You'll never know when it'll stop. And he actually gives a thing. He says it 2 times in this thing. He's like, "What would your brother think?" And then it's before Scar can answer. 2 thugs come in, and they're led by Yoki, who's hiding amongst the Ishvalans. I guess he was hiding out there, living amongst them, and they're chastising Yoki, saying, "We took you in. How dare you do this? Oh, but I'm going to get my revenge on the Elrics." And Yoki, when he says that, you may not understand, but the original shows you what happens, and this one they skipped over it. It was the mining town that they skipped over from the manga and the original anime. And Yoki lost his position and got ousted in the military by them, so he was basically a vagrant and a beggar. And so he's doing this to get to bring Scar back to Central to get a reward and to be made a part of the military. And Yoki is voiced by Kazuki Yao or Barry Yandel. And they're getting ready to try to take Scar. They're thinking Scar's complying because he's coming out on his own, but he uses his right arm to basically eviscerate the big dude's arm, and then the other guy grabs him by the mouth and says, "I'll give you a moment to pray to God." And then it wasn't as big as some of the other ones, but basically he does blow the guy from the inside out again, making all his blood vessels burst, and kills him. And as you can imagine, the Ishvalans are terrified of this. Yoki thinks he's going to get killed, but Scar doesn't even bother. Just takes the dead guy's sunglasses, or the guy who lost his arm sunglasses, and goes on his merry way. And his teacher says, "So you've still chosen vengeance. What you make your brother sad." And he just like takes a look at his arm, grabs it really quick, and goes on.
Scar's gone from suck to blow.
Indeed. And so we get back to Alphonse, and Alphonse, who again has been captured by the Chimera, because Greed actually let slip that they're chimeras, and Alphonse thinks of Onina, who really couldn't talk that well and was still very animalistic, and Greed's like, "You can't believe what the government tells you. This guy's a cow. This woman's a snake. We have a lizard. We have a crocodile, and we have this guy who loves to lift his leg while he pees."
Just that one time.
Yeah, and that's what was great with Dolcetto, because I think in Japanese Henri Katsu says, "I never did that," but John Bergmeyer says, "I only did it that one time," and it was good for a laugh, because it makes you think, yeah, he's done that more.
Plus, I love how I think he says it when Elric shows up. Oh, spoiler warning, by the way.
Oh, no worries. We're getting spoilers. So that's okay.
How he tells him is like, "That's impossible. People can't make real chimeras." It's like, why don't you ask those guys down in that one basement, those level 5 guys? "Oh, I would, but oh, wait a minute, I can't really go back there anymore." They really can't talk about it, but you can't trust everything on the official record.
Yep, and
kind of a subtle hint that there's even more going on with the military.
Yep, and that's what was great about Greed, is he let slip more of that. Like Greed really is the character that "Oh, hey, Gray Fox, how are you?
Hey, Fox, diddling any cute kitsunes today?" We love our Fox.
Yes, we do. You can give us that reply in a moment, but nice to see you, Gray Fox. Actually, shocked to see you. We've usually just gotten this Russian guy.
Yep. Yes, we are.
Wait, are you referring to what you? I'm not that I want to give it up to you. Well. Oh, really? You have it?
Oh man, seriously?
Yeah, just don't worry. We'll keep talking. But yeah, if you want, we'll do it, and we'll probably just stop really quick. But I hope you don't, dude. But that's good lord, that sucks. Sorry about that, Gray Fox.
Well, just try to get a lot of vitamin D in you, some orange juice. I hear that's really
Oh,
good.
okay. He'll find out tomorrow. Gray Fox will find out tomorrow.
Ah,
Cool. But yeah, as we were saying, Gray Fox, that what?
2 weeks off at least. Oh, nice.
Very cool. Hopefully that is with paid, Gray Fox. But yes, as we were getting at as well, like shoot, now where was I? Oh yeah, yeah. Like Greed was basically giving the idea that he wants more. And like he goes to this epic speech where, he's greed, he wants sex, he wants women, he wants fame, riches, and everything. And he wants to live for a long time. And Alphonse goes, well, haven't you already been living for a long time? You're immortal. And he's like, you would think so, but not entirely. I am over 200 years old, but I'm not completely immortal. I want what you have. I want to be like what you are, trans bonded to something. I want to live forever that way because, you have it great inside of you. And then, he's asking.
Yeah. It's like you don't have to eat, you don't have to sleep, you don't have to go to the bathroom. It's like, why would you guys want to change back? You've already got perfection. It's like, you think this is perfection? You think this is the best? You don't understand how this feels.
Well, a little early, though, but you're on the right track. Because, he wants that badly, but Alphonse says he can't remember it because he wasn't the one who did the do they call it a transmutation or what do they call it? I don't think it's transmutation.
I think it was like a soul transmutation bonding to his armor or something like that.
Yes, I know there's a word for it, but I'm forgetting the word. I don't know why it's blinking on me because they say it a lot in the show, but it is just like, duh.
Yeah, they literally beat it out of your system by saying it over and over and over. And this time you're gonna fucking remember it if you know what's good for you.
Yeah. but yeah, he wants to do that, and then Alphonse lets slip that his brother was the one who did it, and then he's like, well, okay, we'll talk to them. So then Lizard Guy goes to get Edward. Lizard Guy comes back to be beaten up by Edward with a blue eye of all things, and he's all like bumped over and everything. And then as to what Jarek was saying, that's what Greed starts off with. That, can we get the information from you? Because, hey, your brother's got it made. I want that, He doesn't have to eat, sleep, drink, or poop, or do any of that, And, Edward's like, you think that was great? You think it's what he wanted? I will never forgive scum like you. And then it's this whole thing where he just goes on a rant about how, obviously it got Edward really bad, and you can see that. But what's funny is you see the villains that prepared for this, and there's like a whirlwind, and they're like, like that, and just like whoa, and then it ends with them just shocked and Greed going.
You know what that reminds me of?
What?
It reminds me of that scene from the first episode of Penny Pony Dash where Monica Rial's character, Rebecca Chambers, this tiny little 9.5-year-old teacher who's teaching like these students who are twice her age. She's yelling so loud that it's like a hurricane force wind blowing them out of their chairs. It's like, don't you talk back to me, you little shits. And it's like, how dare you yell at us like that? And then she's just like, I'm sorry, don't yell at me. I'm just a tiny, cute little teacher.
Indeed.
Yeah, in that one moment, Vic Mignogna tapped into his full Monica Rial Super Saiyan bitch powers and went full Super Saiyan bitch god mode.
Careful, she might sue you. Words of wisdom, Gray Fox, but also I think me and Jarek here don't give two shits.
Well, you see, I have the ultimate defense against it. I'm fucking poor. I've literally got nothing. It's like, I dare you to fucking sue me, bitch. I've got fucking nothing, and I would love nothing more than to take your character to the cleaners in court.
She'll take your face.
Just fucking try it, Rial. I've had Mexican 3-meal courses bigger than you. I got chunks of enchiladas in my shit bigger than you are.
Yeah. Again, great actress, but sadly a bit of a psychopath. Anywho, as we're going off on that little tangent, Georgia is up 13-9 in the fourth of the national championship.
Ooh.
Okie dokie. Awesome that we're having, well, of course, people chat about all weird things all the time. At least you're not giving us drug lingo, Gray Fox. Thank you for that. At least my chat has something for once. Hooray!
I know.
Not some Russian dude who's a bot.
Actually, about that. that was Fox.
Wait, Fox is Russian?
Well, actually, that was German he was speaking.
That wasn't German, dude. That was Russian.
No. If it was Russian, it would have way more consonants.
All right, well, you would probably know more than
Just want Bama.
Who doesn't want Bama to lose, Greg Fox? We all want him to lose.
Yep.
And yeah, dear God, where were we now? Damn it!
Now he's
Sports lingo! but anyhow, oh yes, and Edward comes in, yes, and I now remembered it. Yeah, Edward comes in and does that yelling fit, and then all of a sudden they're like, okay, we have to take it out of you. Edward dispatches of the villains very quickly, very finally, and then he faces off against Greed, to where Greed starts doing his awesome shield bits, to where he starts turning black and starts fending off Edward's attacks with his hands. And at this time, I think it's what are their names again? Oh yeah, it's Roa and Martel who take Alphonse and just carry him out of the room, because they're gonna sadly take him apart and learn his secret that way, since Edward isn't cooperating. And Greed and Edward are fighting, and then it's actually a really cool battle. And there's a part where Edward thinks he has a chance to win against Greed. Oh yeah, and we forgot. Greed was killed earlier by Roa, because he reveals that he's a homunculus. He has a Ouroboros tattoo, and where to Jarek was saying there why he can't go back and join the other homunculi is because there's a reason for that and all that other stuff that goes on. And the funny thing is,
and just to make a point of showing him how inhuman he really is, the cow guy gets like this big hammer with like a huge nail at the end of it and just clubs his head off, and it grows back. You see the bone with like the muscle sinew wrapping around it like he's Alexander Anderson.
Yeah, and I love how Alphonse is like, he was your comrade. How could you? He literally puts up a finger and raises himself as he's like regenerating, which is hilarious and cool. And so they're fighting it out, and Edward thinks he possibly could figure out Greed and have the upper hand. Greed's like, well, I'm sorry, I'll have to show you the whole thing, but the reason I don't use it is because I'm not as sexy for it then. So Greed becomes this homunculi that looks pretty demonic, but he's bald, has the sharp teeth on the bottom, red eyes, and he calls it his ultimate shield, because he can auto-regenerate, as you saw, but he also has a shield that protects his body. So Greed, for a while, has the upper hand. We don't see the whole fight, because it cuts back to Izumi, Curtis, and Sid, to where they're wondering where the Elrics went. Izumi's like, how dare they shirk out their sweeping duties? I will make them pay. While Sid is like, dear, you take this a little too seriously. Relax a bit. Here's a little Bosco.
Yeah. She smashes through the wall, pushing Edward to the other side of the room. It's like, you neglected your brooming duties. I'm sorry, master. I won't do it again. Yeah. It's like, who the fuck are you?
Well,
I'm just a housewife.
Not quite. You jumped 5 pages away.
I tend to do that.
Jarek tends to do that. Yeah, sorry, guys. Because, we're supposed to be giving the in-depth. I know it take a little while, but that's also because we get easily distracted, Jarek and I. We apologize. We're still doing good, we promise. But, yeah. And then, so she's, yelling at that. Sig's like, seriously, dear, calm the hell down. And then, a friend of theirs who actually did have a bigger... It sounded like you said brony juice.
No. None of that faggotry. Not here.
Well, what did you say, Jared?
Brony juice. I'm not even sure at this point.
Oh!
See, at this point...
Well, now you're making me wonder. What did you... Now that's a secret word. Are you secretly doing something that we should talk about?
Of course I am. But not brony stuff. Don't worry. Never that. Never go brony.
It's with snakes, isn't it?
Oh, no. It's with tentacles.
Indeed. Too much. Anyhow,
Secret safe with me and the rest of the internet.
Okay, Great Fox has to die. He knows too much now.
Indeed. It's such a shame.
Yep. All right. We got to just figure out how to come through the computer. We'll see you on the other side, Gray Fox. Just prepare thyself. And by the way, your weapon of choice shan't work against us. We have sarcasm.
Yeah, we have the mystical power of Deadpool metaverse. Nothing can kill us.
Yes. We can survive the. That is unfortunate.
Yes.
Yes. Take off your clothes. Oh, just wait till we get there, Great Fox. You'll probably like that one.
You see, you're not prepared for our secret weapon because we're doped up on my coke.
Indeed. Anyhow, we are getting way too distracted.
It is.
Just like So Azumi and Sig find out that Edward and the gang are at the for how much I don't know, but anyway, Azumi finds out they're at the Devil's Nest, and they find out from a friend who actually does have a bigger role in the original series, but here it's just relegated to a quick side thing. And then we're having this idea she's going to go there. We go back to Edward, pretty beaten up. His automail arms only hanging on by a thread, but he can still move it. And he's bleeding in several places. All of a sudden, Greed picks him up and saying, "Are you dead yet?" I hope not, because I hope you're ready to talk. And then he's like, I have a great auto mechanic. I'm so glad she made this so well because I can still use both hands. And then he attacks Greed's arm where he was holding him. Greed lets go in a bit of pain, wondering what happens. His arm actually goes back, revealing the muscle starting to bleed and get hurt. And Greed's wondering what's going on. The arm heals, and then Edward says, "Thank you for giving me that much time. I figured out what you were made of, and now I think I know how to stop you." And then Greed, in this awesome action scene, tries to fight back. Edward seems to have a counter with his transmutation, and Greed's body, his chest, bits of his face, and things keep eroding. And I will let you fill in the part of what Edward discovered, because I think you probably know it a bit better than I do. Wasn't it? Didn't he say his body was made of carbon or something, and he figured out how to work through that?
Well, most of the basic metals on Earth have heavy amounts of carbon in it, so Edward figured, since his transmutation usually takes the form of lightning, that he would just supercharge the lightning, use the lightning to supercharge the particles to destabilize the molecular cohesion between the carbon molecules, basically causing his shield to break down. And he also points out that he noticed during the fight that Greed cannot use his regeneration and his ultimate shield at the same time.
Yep. And it's with that Edward starts to fight back. But even though Edward is fighting back, Greed still lands in a few shots, and Greed actually so confident in his abilities and his power sets. You may be getting me, but I'm glad, because this would have been a boring fight. But I have to ask you, how much do you have left? And then that's when Azumi Curtis comes crashing through the door with the crocodile guy, and then throwing the crocodile guy into Edward and going, "You neglected your cleaning duties. How dare you leave your broom in the middle of the road? I'm sorry," And then, Greed, in the most best way possible, goes, "Oh yeah, and I forgot to mention, because I didn't even give Greed. I forgot to give you guys his voice. Yuichi Nakamura and Chris Patton, who does his voice." And Greed goes, "Man, do I really have to fight women? I don't want to," because obviously, as Greed wants women, so he doesn't want to attack Azumi. But Azumi roundhouse kicks him in the face, sends him into the wall. Did it so bad because she used the transmutation on his face before the roundhouse kick. So half of his shield is gone, and we see his actual face. And he's like, "Whoa, who the hell are you?"
"I'm just a housewife."
"I'm just a housewife!" In a great way that ends. And I'm glad I looked here on our list of characters, because I almost forgot. Roy Mustang is in this episode, and we see Roy Mustang getting prepared to leave Central. He's playing a East Command. He's playing a chess game with the East Command commander, and he tells the commander, "We're getting ready to leave, and, hey, you may miss me here, but my personality wasn't as colorful as yours." And basically have Roy Mustang beat him at chess, because I guess his commander always beat Roy Mustang at this chess game because they always played chess together. And he's like, well, that could be our going away present, Colonel Mustang. And he's like, well, I have one request for you. And then we learn this is where Roy Mustang wants to go to Central finally, but he's taking Sergeant Kane Fury, Haynes Breda, Vato Fallman, Jean Havoc, and
Risa
Hawkeye with him. And all of a sudden, we have Jean Havoc, who's voiced by Yuji Ueda and Mike McFarlane, who goes up to Roy Mustang. And if I didn't say this before, Shinichiro Miki, Travis Willingham says, Colonel, I have a problem. I have a girlfriend. I really don't want to leave her.
And he's just like, dump her.
Yeah, dump her. But they say something better in English. And I love how cold he is in English. Break up with her. Yeah. Travis Willingham, just perfect line of delivery there. And that was a bit of the side plot we forgot, because Colonel Mustang is getting ready to go to Central and investigate what happened to Maze Hughes. There we go. And, that's pretty much the episode. Sorry, we went a little bit longer, got a little distracted with talking to our good buddy Gray Fox, who is a very awesome man. And there's the Russian person. Vornago.
We're gonna have to look that up eventually.
You know what that means, Gray Fox? Vornago?
Yeah, that's definitely.
And hey, if you're a real person, not making fun of you, I just wish I understood what you're saying. I don't have a translator on this thing. Plus, I hope you're not a bot. So thank you for joining in.
Oh no, you're right. It is Russian. Oh, look at that.
Or it could be Ukrainian.
No. Hunter doesn't watch us, remember?
Yeah.
Sorry.
No. It's okay. I don't want to upset our Ukrainian friends. Sorry, yes, we do have a. Did I crush your hand?
No.
Oh, good. I didn't crush Jared's hand. Jared's fine, everybody. Fine, Gray Fox. And just going to call you Panaka. I guess that's what it looks like to me. Sorry about that. I just can't understand. But either way, that was the plot. Characters of note. I would say for this episode, I would give it to probably 3. I would once again give it to the Elric brothers, Romy Paku, Vic. Well, actually, no, I'll do 4 again. The Elric brothers and Izumi Curtis again for 1, because the Elric brothers, it's a spam page. Don't worry. I knew it. Thank you, Gray Fox. I knew it. I had my suspicions.
And it's not even the good spam, like the kind you buy at the store and put on in your sandwiches.
It is Russian spam. Spam. Lovely spam. Wonderful spam. Cue the Viking ship. But either way, I would say Romy Paku, Vic Mignogna, Rie Kugamiya, Maxie Whitehead gave great performances. Their anger, their fear, their wanting to find out the truth all came out really well, acted very good. And for me as well, what's her name? She's further down after that. Izumi Curtis, Shoko Suda, Christine Alten. Great performances again. Basically, it was really, well, I won't say it's downplayed, but she was really subtle and level-headed, minus with the knife throwing. But, it was a good performance for her, too. But I have to say, the reason I put her on this list, I wasn't going to, but the whole thing where she just bashes in, chastises Edward, just yells out, Greed saying, I'm a housewife, was worth it to me. Just great, hilarious empathy.
Oh, man. Izumi Curtis exudes the most powerful mom energy ever.
Absolutely. And then I have to say the top character in this one, because I love performances from both of them. Greed. Yuichi Nakamura comes off just as this cool, tough guy you want to hate, but you want to love, because his voice just sounds smooth as silk in Japanese in many ways. And Chris Patton exudes the confidence, exudes the just fury of this guy, and just like his sarcasm too is spot on. I mean, Yuichi Nakamura did a great job, and I think Chris Patton's sarcasm showed through a lot better in this one, and his delivery was just as good as in the original show. So he's my top number one in this one. Any more characters you would like to add, Jarek?
Oh, for me, it's always going to be like either Izumi or the Fuhrer, because they have just this amazing range when it comes to how they act. Like Izumi's usually bombastic and over the top, but man, when it gets time to do like sweet, serious, remorseful, or anything else, she nails it hard.
Mm-hmm.
And I have to give Vic Mignogna second props on this one. I mean, as much as I loved reading this, him going full Monica Rial and just shocking the homunculi in his little crew of chimeras was so amazing. I mean, he literally went ultimate Monica Rial for like a moment, and it was just like, okay, golf clap.
Yeah. Well, again, Greed's like,
and Greed,
you done yet, kid? You done yet?
And of course, Greed takes number 3 because, god damn, does he pull off the slimy sleazeball so good.
Yes. And I mean, I agree. Basically, you know, you and I were mostly in agreement with all that there, minus one or minus character or two. But yeah, that's really cool. And I can see your point of view, and I agree with that as well. And then final thoughts. This episode is where a lot of stuff really starts to pick up and get real. A lot of it is good, but this is where I think at times it starts going a little too fast, and it's hard to keep up. And again, it makes me appreciate the pacing of the original show a bit more. But I mean, again, I can like what they did because there was a good thing to it, a good structure to it. Plus, the action is top notch.
Oh yeah.
And again, the acting was really good. Stuff was really good. So great stuff. You, Jarek?
And I really got to hand him credit. While I do miss the slower pace and some of the better character-driven moments from the first series, I have to admit some of the creativity in these fights, like how he figured out how to use how to overexcite the molecules of the carbon in order to destabilize the molecular cohesion in order to get to his weak spot, was just fucking brilliant.
Indeed, it was. And see, that's where you can say it, because how they delivered on the action in this was superb. Again, why I call Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood the Kai version of Brotherhood from like Dragon Ball Z, because that's what Dragon Ball Kai did, was it focused more on the action and not so much on the goofy bits of the story, which some of it was good and better. Some of the funny bits that they had in the filler episodes I missed. Like, come on, Piccolo and Goku driving?
Yeah. I mean, come on. Who doesn't love seeing that?
Piccolo in civilian clothes. Holy shit. But either way, we're not going to go on a mildly tangent about that. I will also say this as final say, because we did want to talk about it just really quick here, because I know we're approaching 40 minutes. But Book of Boba Fett. It is sad.
It's more like the Book of Boba Fett's autopsy of his career.
It's like the Book of Boba Fett. So Miriam Morrison, what have I done with my life?
Dances with Bonthas.
Dances with BLM.
Oh my god, that was so shit. You know, I'm gonna have to drink all that crap out of my mind.
I know. Boba Fett is shamed. He's a white guy. He's shamed. Those poor sand people.
He needs to let go of his white male guilt and embrace the proud Tuscan culture so he can be cleansed of his toxic masculinity.
Yep, the true expanded universe. And I'll tell you, Gray Fox, I really don't think Jon Favreau was writing these shows. Mandalorian was great. This is complete crap. I mean, I don't know if you've been watching it along with us, Gray Fox, or in your own time, but you're not missing the Book of Boba Fett. I mean, Jarek wanted to talk about it a little bit. I figured, we can indulge a little bit, just mention it really quick here in this Full Metal Alchemist video. But yeah, you guys are, hey, if you like it, bless you. It is your choice to like it, but I can't get into it. It's crap. It really is. It's forceful. It's not good. It is the Godfather as well of Star Wars. I have to tell you, I don't know what you're doing. You're trying to be legitimate, but you're going to fail. Because to get that, you need to show them power. Show the power, Boba Fett, and then they will fear you.
Look at what they did to my boy. He was a proud Mandalorian. Well, no. Now look at what he is.
Well, no,
he's a whimpering coward. Hey, Favreau, Blink twice if they got a
Look.
Blast Tech E11 to your head.
Look how they massacred my Boba Fett. Look how they massacred my boy.
I mean, I'm expecting in the next episode he's going to wake up and there's going to be a bantha head in his bed. No, better.
Wait, hold on. Oh God.
Better still, it's not going to be.
You know that one, Great Fox. Oh God.
Better still, it's not going to be the head of a bantha. It's going to be the head of BoJack Horseman. Kill two franchises at once.
That would actually be better if it was BoJack Horseman.
You see, the fox knows. He's a clever fox.
Because, see, that's using a good... Well, actually, it is also insulting Twin Peaks, because we all love that scene, and it was such a bizarre scene, but because it's also... We've been funny. Yeah, she's sick. We know. Boba Fett's sick. He's trying to get home. We lost the original script. We have many miles to go. Why is this happening? Oh God, Jimmy Morrison. Oh God.
Stop killing him, Kathleen Kennedy. He's already dead.
He comes up all bald, just throwing up because they're having me regurgitate this shit. Oh God.
Oh man.
Sorry if you watch this too, Galdier. I'll tell you what Galdier is in a minute. Sorry if you watch this too, Galdier. I know you're probably a fan of it, but I am not. 2 episodes in, I mean, I'm going to watch the whole thing, and I will watch the whole thing with Jarek, because I think me and Jarek love why I'm putting this thing, too. But I'm still going to give it a chance, but slim, very, very thin ice, this show now.
Let's just...
Because, again, really quick, I know we're at 41 minutes, but I'm going to say in final saying, it's Star Wars Godfather and Dances with Wolves Star Wars BLM style.
Let's just say I have my Imperial Blaster primed and ready, and unlike the Stormtroopers, I'm not going to miss.
Oh God, yes. And yeah, we just wanted to say that in final saying, because I think Jarek told me he wanted to mention it a little bit. And believe me, when we're done doing this thing, as you guys know, for fans, and I don't know if you know about this, Great Fox, we're also doing side stuff where, whether Jarek's seen it with me or not, movies with friends, and if there's anything you, Great Fox, want to talk about that we've seen together that you want to review, because I'm going to do things where I review my movies and shows too my own way, sort of like what we're doing with Full Metal Alchemist here, and as you guys have seen with the other reviews where it's more in depth, and we'll do quicker reviews, which is like movies with friends, where we talk about it really quickly, mention what we liked about it, and then boom. But like, yeah, or in this case, a Book of Boba Fett, what we hated about it. So
those fucking Tusken Raiders.
It's gonna be done. But I think what we'll do is we'll do it after the whole show is completed, and we'll give our overall assessment. But that episode's probably gonna get a lot of attention from me because it was blatant. Kathleen Kennedy has pissed me off. Well, yes, Great Fox. The IGO sanction shall be done at one point. If you want, I will pencil that in to do on the list. So I will definitely do that. And I would definitely say how we quote in Jonathan, don't kill me, but don't leave me here. Jonathan, or our other favorite one. Oh, twin, there it is. Oh, Jonathan, you're an animal. Look what you did to that dear gentleman. What does he say like that dear gentleman? He's gay. Kathleen doesn't rape you, Jared.
He had such gentle hands. He had such a way with those nimble, graceful, velvety fingers. Jarek, he will be missed.
Jarek, do you see Grey Fox over there? He's a former Olympian. Just my type.
You want that with a fine Chardonnay, red wine, white wine,
well,
fava beans, and a nice Chianti?
Well, not that, but I get to pick the wine. Hopefully, we're not causing you to spit up anything, Great Fox. I know we're saying this over the thing, but yeah, you know we're paraphrasing one of your favorite films. Well, one of our favorite films. The Iger Sanction is the shit. But here I am. We're almost at my overtime, which is 45 minutes and just a few seconds. So I shall leave it here, guys. Sorry, we had quite a bit of fun on this one, but this is the Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood review again. And what I'll say for this one, since we talked about it several things, mention what you guys like about Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. You're fine, 1918 Georgia. All right, keep it up, Georgia. And thank you, Great Fox. And just mention what you liked about Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood down in the comments. Again, do you like it? Do you not like it? What do you think of this episode? And if you guys want to mention this too, what do you think about the Book of Boba Fett? Do you think we're just being a bunch of pansies hating on it, or
hey Boba, pew pew,
or exactly, or are there people who share our opinion and don't think it's that good? Because again, I will say a final saying, guys, they could do a lot better. They could do a hell of a lot better. But that's all I'm saying on it. We've ranted on it enough for now. We will save it because I guarantee at least within the next couple months, we probably will do with the review on it. So just patience. But this is 012Boku.
This is Mace Windu Lives Matter 76.
How dare you, sir? And we will come at you again another time, all right? Deuces.
See ya.
Bye, Gray Fox.
Mace Windu.